Hello YouTube, I'm back again. Today I want to talk about mostly about FEMA, and I want to talk about the weather and all this stuff that's going on out there. In the last couple of months, I talked about the weather several times, and the weather seemed to be a big topic now, especially if you a prepper like me, because we need to know what's going on. And the only thing that we really need to do is prepare. But what we do know is the weather is beginning to be unpredictable. We got the tornadoes, the hurricanes, the rains and floods, the hailstones. They had hailstones the size of baseballs the other day. They got dust storms. We're gonna have snowstorms, and then the earthquakes out in California. They had sevens. That's dangerous. Sevens. I'm not even gonna talk about the wildfires in Alaska. The Alaska prepper, you guys be safe up there. All right. And so I'm just saying, it's just getting crazy. And then I seen something about the volcanoes, and everybody know what's happening right now in New Orleans. Right now as we speak, as I make this video, they flooding out. They are already flooded. Now they flooded out anymore. And I don't need to explain to all you guys out there about the disasters that's going on. Because I had talked about it before. But I'm just concerned that when we had the tornadoes in Ohio and they hit around Dayton and they tore up a lot of stuff, and I figured that the government can handle that. Obviously they can't, because it took FEMA past the 4th of July before they actually started to do some things. And I started to worry, because Memorial Day is in May, even though it's the end of May. That's May. You had all of June, and then you're going past the 4th of July. That's like 6-8 weeks for FEMA to be basically inactive. You know what they told the people down there? Don't worry about things. We coordinating our efforts with the efforts of the state. We're gonna throw all our capabilities in with them, and we're gonna fill in the gaps, the state, and we're gonna give them everything they need. In the meantime, you had people basically living like refugees and stuff like that. Like in the last earthquake out in California, you had people actually living like refugees and on the streets. And speaking of that, I seen an article the other day that was posted by a guy that I know named Arlen. And he posted this article, and it was talking about that Arizona is preparing for a large exodus of people out of California into Arizona because they're expecting another big earthquake, something higher than the sevens they've been getting. They think the big one might be coming, and it's a catastrophic quake. And so what they doing now, they preparing camps and stuff in Arizona for the mass exodus of millions. So now, and that made me think too, what happened to all these FEMA camps that I heard that they have everywhere? They said they had one in Cleveland, and I told you, I checked it out, and there was no FEMA camps in Cleveland. And I definitely did my homework on that, because I wanted to find this camp, and I went all over. I have nothing to do but travel. And like I said, and I'm worried that all this misinformation that they was talking about these FEMA camps are just bullshit, basically. And I'm just saying, I don't trust FEMA. Don't get me wrong. I need them, but need and trust is two different things. Because like I said, I am disabled and handicapped, and I hope if FEMA do show up and I'm out of medication, that they will say, get this guy some medication, or give him a walker or a cane, or something to help him move in his mobility. So I'm just saying, I really wanted to talk about FEMA. Basically what I was talking about FEMA, I want to gripe about FEMA because of the inactivities when it comes to immediate disasters. Yeah, they show up. They're making a point to be there within 2 or 3 days of a disaster, and they're just to make a show. And then they'll talk this talk. But in the meantime, the people that are there, your first responders, your National Guard, your Red Cross, and your volunteers, and private agencies that's there for your city and your state. Those are the ones that are there to help you, that's trying to do what they can. But FEMA, they're there to take the credit. Once everything gets solved and done and all this other stuff, FEMA gonna say, well, we threw so many millions or so many dollars at that situation, at that hurricane or at that tornado. I mean, they really don't do too much. They just talk a good game. I mean, you remember when Harvey came through and destroyed what was that, Panama City? Yeah, and Katrina, we all know what it did to Louisiana, down in New Orleans, and now we got Barry down there tearing up the Gulf again. So I'm just saying, FEMA, you all right, but you're being run wrong. You know what I mean? Your organizational setup is pretty bad, and people need immediate help, not help 6 or 8 weeks down the road and then saying we took credit for everything. We need immediate help. I mean, I know you saying we coming in and we gonna bolster everybody else's operation by doing this, that, and the other, but actually you ain't doing nothing. You promising us this, that, and the other. Okay, well, that's all I wanted to really talk about, is that when shit hit the fan and things become bad, and with all this, like I said, this bad weather, the extreme and severe weather that out there, that people are going to need you to step up your game. And to me, you're not stepping up your game. And what if something seriously happened, other than just the weather, EMP, or the volcano out in Jellystone, or something like that? Are you going to be overwhelmed and not be able to do your jobs? Are we just going to say, we got to take care of it ourselves like we usually do on the state and local level? And that's all I want to say. Or are you going to find some private armies, some private troops to sit in and say this is not martial law, and put everybody in makeshift camps? I seen your work, so I know what you do. So I'm just saying that we need more from you, because people like me, we ain't gonna depend on you, because you told us that we need to have 6 weeks of supplies or 6 months of supplies or better, because you're not gonna show up. You didn't say it in so many words that you're not gonna show up, but that what you meant, that you're not gonna show up. You won't get to us within that time. And I just started to notice that with these last couple of disasters that we had, that you are not gonna get to us. And so, like I said, we don't need you to make us promises. We need you to help us, and we need you to take care of what you say you're going to take care of, because you're supposed to be the federal government emergency management organization. So, but I don't know, and that's why a lot of people don't trust FEMA, because they think you're going to come in with these private armies, recruited to knock on people's doors and take stuff away from us. We need you to come down and bring us stuff. That's why we don't trust FEMA, and that's why I don't blame people for not trusting FEMA. They talk about these coffins you get. I know they're coffins, because you expect people to die waiting on you. But I don't want to get in any trouble. I'm just saying that we need you, but I'm not going to depend on you. All right. Thank you, YouTube.